If you're one of those people who feels pain in your wrist during push-ups, then you should definitely be doing targeted work for the wrist joint. This video will cover the most important drills you can do to build strong, resilient wrists. This way you can avoid any unnecessary wrist injuries so you can enjoy doing push-ups or any exercise that requires loading weight onto your wrists. Hey everyone, it's Jason Houston, here to help you get rid of your wrist pain. First, we want to start off by doing some soft tissue work. Before we do our mobility drills, we want to break up any knots or adhesions that might be restricting our movement. The easiest way you can do this is by using your fingers and thumb to press into any tight areas within your forearm. Once you find a tight spot, press and hold while you move your wrist in circles. This will help to increase movement within your wrist joint. If you have access to them, lacrosse balls or softballs can be used to get deeper into the muscle to help release those knots or adhesions. Another great tool to help release those pesky knots is a massage gun. These are great because they can provide constant percussive strikes to the muscle to help increase blood flow and improve range of motion. Definitely not necessary, but it makes soft tissue work a little bit more bearable. To start with, let's cover wrist flexion. In a kneeling position, press and lean against the back of your palms with your arms straight. Rock slowly back and forth while keeping the back of your palm in contact with the ground. This position may feel a little uncomfortable at first, but over time, your wrist extensors will loosen up and your wrist joint will be able to tolerate this position with no problem. Placing a towel or blanket underneath your hands can help you ease into this drill in the beginning, until you can tolerate more pressure. Starting with this mobility position will allow your wrist to free up nicely for the next mobility drills. Now we'll move on to wrist extension. A decent amount of movement into wrist extension is needed for pain-free push-ups. Have your hands facing forwards with your fingers spread out and palms facing you. In the kneeling position, slowly rock back and forth with your arms straight. Go as far as you can until the heel of the palm starts to barely lift off the ground. This is your end range of motion. Really concentrate on moving through the limit of your wrist range every single rep with a mini pause at the end. Facing the fingers backwards towards the knees is great for lengthening wrist flexors and also encouraging more wrist extension. Keep your arms straight while slowly rocking back and forth. Focus on keeping your palms flat and holding a mini pause in the deepest part of the stretch. Take your time with this one, as it can be pretty intense in the beginning. We need to remember that strength training is hard, with a lot of weight going into the wrist during movements like push-ups. Therefore, we must focus on increasing load through our wrists during conditioning drills. We can turn our mobility drills into strengthening movements simply by adding load. We can do this by extending our legs, which allows us to put more weight into the movement. All the same cues apply from the kneeling variations. Keep your arms straight, using a full range of motion and maintaining a slow and controlled tempo. By doing this, we can create permanent adaptation to our wrist mobility and ensure we prevent injuries and are pain-free when doing push-ups. Thanks for watching everyone, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and share the video with anyone you know who's experiencing wrist pain. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks again, and see you again in the next video.